Hello everyone. So in this video we will discuss different methods of using the keyword traded instrument but with quantity parameter. Alright. So we will see how different ways in which you can use the quantity traded instrument quantity keyword in order to create your strategies. So this is the first strategy that I've taken. This is the strategy that I've created and deployed to show you live examples. All right, so I will just go to the strategy condition to see what kind of condition we have built so that it will be clear to you based on what it is taking the trades and it is dicing the quantity. So this is the first set. So in this set, as you can see, so we have put a very simple condition that we want to basically take this trade at 9:16 a.m. All right, and the positions detail is that it should be basically entry into buy into this particular trade that we are going to take, that is Nifty Bank ATM call option. All right, so and we want to just enter into this strategy only one time. So that is the reason why we are using positions detail is equal to 0, entry buy all quantity Nifty Bank is equal to 0 will basically help us take the quantity trade into this particular position only once. So now we will go to the positions builder, that is this one. So over here in the positions builder, as we can see, what we have done is we have taken basically position in the ATM call option of Nifty Bank on an intraday basis, that is MIS, all right, and for the current week. So current week, and in this case initially we are buying 8 lots. All right, so always remember when you're choosing the quantity, right, that you want to basically divide and trade at the later stage, then in that case make sure that you have a quantity that can be divided into rounded figures. So for example, if you take 10 lots as the case, and if you want to maybe in repair once after maybe certain time or based on certain profit and loss formula, if you want to close out 25% of the quantity, then in that case it will be problematic if you have 10 quantities, because 25% of 10 lots is basically 2.5 lots. So it can give you problems. So initially if you have lots like 8, so if you multiply that by 25%, that comes to basically just 2 lots, which is a rounded figure. So that will help you to dice the quantity at a later stage when you're basically trying to divide the quantity. All right, so over here we are initially taking a position of 8 lots. All right, now we will go to the repair once one condition, S1R1. All right, so what we have done is for demonstration purpose, what I've done is I want to exit a few number of lots of among 8. Out of 8, I want to exit a few lots after 3 minutes of entry time. So as you can see, this condition is that time is greater than traded instrument entry time 111 plus number 3. So that means basically whenever this initial entry happens, set number 1 entry happens, after that, after 3 minutes of that traded instrument 3 plus 111 plus 3, I want to exit a few number of lots. So I have bought 8 lots over here. All right, and after that over here we are basically going to sell a few lots. So how many are we going to sell? That is what we are going to see. So in this cell we have selected NFO call option Nifty Bank intraday MIS, and then the strike FX. It's important that in the strike FX also we put this formula, that is traded instrument strike 111. And the importance is that if you don't select this strike, right, then it will not select the same quantity that has been traded in entry. So that's the reason why we will basically select entry strike 111, because that is the same strike that we are going to divide, right? So in this case quantity, the condition is that we want to basically sell 25% of the entered quantity in set number 1 entry. So in set number 1 entry traded, see, it's important to use these brackets as well as this particular entire construction in quantity FX. So what I've done is I've put a bracket in that traded instrument. We have selected whatever is the quantity that is traded in 111, that is basically the 8 lots that we have bought. We want to basically do nothing but divide it by 4. So that's how we will get 25%. So basically 2 lots out of 8 will be squared off after 3 minutes. That's what this condition will do, right? So basically based on this, and in this case also it's important that you select this as quantity, all right, not as lots or not as value. It should be quantity, and in that you should use quantity FX. That is quantity FX as the formula, all right, quantity FX, and then once you click on FX you will get the option to build this particular formula over there. Alright, so quantity fx is the formula that we will use over here. After this, after the first repair once is triggered, right, then what we will do is basically in the second repair, we will check that the repair once 111, that is the first repair once, has already been traded. All right, that means out of 8, 2 out of 8 bought call options, we have already sold 2 call options. So how do we confirm that? Through this traded instrument, that this traded instrument repair one strike 111 has been traded already. And after that, after this has been traded, then after that time is greater than traded instrument repair one's time. So after repair once happens, after that repair once, then after 4 minutes, I want to exit a certain number of basically call options that we have bought. So over here, we are exiting a certain amount of call options, say 50% of that. All right. So whatever was the quantity. So out of 8 in the first repair, we sold out two options, that is 25% by dividing by 4. In the second repair, we are dividing 50 by 2, that is basically 50%. So out of 8, because it's initial quantity, right, entry quantity, we are dividing by 2, that means out of 8 it will sell off 4 quantities. All right, because it's half of that. So this is the construction that we will use in quantity fx. Also remember over here we are using the same strike, because see what happens is that if you're using profit and basically some P&L condition, then in that case, if the market moves up by say 200-300 points, and then if the strike changes, then in that case it will trade some other random strike if you have not fixed the strike to the entry strike that we have already bought that options, because we are basically slicing or cutting down on the quantity and selling it off and squaring it off in tranches, right? Initial was 8. In the first repair we sold out 2 quantities. After that we are selling out 4 quantities. So that's the reason why we are doing this particular division and quantity formula is being used. All right, after that in the third repair, what I am doing is, it's basically again after in traded instrument 1 to 1. So here you will also understand how to use the repair once whether it's traded or not. So this is basically, here we are checking that the second repair, all right, traded instrument strike set number 1, but condition number 2. So condition number 2 is for the second repair has been triggered. That means where we are selling basically the 4 lots, right? So that is also triggered, and after that we are checking that the time should be basically 6 minutes after the second repair. So traded instrument time repair once 1 to 1 plus number 6. So that is basically after 6 minutes we are squaring off another another 1 lot. So over here, instead of dividing that by percentage or anything of that sort, what I have done is that because already out of 8 we have sold 2 in first repair, 4 in second repair, so the pending quantity is just 2 lots more, right? So then in that case I want to square off 1 lot in this third repair, so I will put just 1 quantity. All right, but the strike will be the same, that is traded instrument strike 111. After this, once this is squared off, then what I want to do is I want to basically the remaining 1 quantity, right, I want to exit after that. So right, so once the third repair has been triggered, that is traded instrument repair once 111, then after that third repair plus 3 minutes, after that I want to exit the 1 quantity that is also pending. So we will see how these trades have happened during the day. All right, so for example, let's just see this one today. So at 9:17, as we have put the time, so let's just go to the entry condition over here of the first set. So we have put the condition that after 9:16 or 9:17, I think basically check continuously. So over here it has taken the trade at suppose 9:16 or 9:17, right? Based on that, 1 second, 9:16 and 1 second. Okay, fine. So over here it's taken the trade at suppose 9:17. All right, after that what it did was it's basically bought 200 quantity, that is 8 lots, right? For bank nifty option, 1 lot is of 25, right? So 4 lot is 100, 8 lot is basically 200. So it bought 8 lots at so and so time. After that our condition is that it should exit after 3 minutes. So it did at 9:21. What it did was it basically exited that particular quantity. All right, so what it did was 137.9, it exited how many? 50 quantity, that is basically 2 lots, because our condition is that over here in 111 in quantity fx it should exit basically 25%, right? So this is divided by 4, so divided by 4 comes to just 2 lots, right? So that's the reason why it exited those 2 lots. After that in the second repair, we have said that after 4 minutes of this particular time, 9:21, at 9:25 it should exit basically another 50% of that. So that's the reason why over here we have put a formula in quantity fx that it should be traded instrument quantity 111 divided by 2, that is 50%. That is basically 50% of 200 will be 100. So that's how it gets exited. It exited another 100 quantity at 9:25. After that, again in the third repair we have mentioned as over here that it should square off basically one quantity, right? Lots 1 after 3 minutes of that, right? After 6 minutes of that. So over here after 9:25, after 6 minutes at 9:31, it has exited another one lot at 135, and remaining one quantity over here we have put the condition that the universal exit should happen after 3 minutes of the third repair, right? So after 3 minutes of the third repair, that means after this is triggered and after 3 minutes at 9:34, it exited the remaining one lot. Alright, so that's how the traded instrument quantity works in this case. Also, so this is for the buy. Similarly, let's just see what happens in the sell condition. All right. So I will go to edit of this particular trade. So over here we have basically reversed the position. Over here what we are doing is that similarly for this condition we are buying instead of this over here it should be actually sell. So I've made a mistake over here. So this should ideally be actually sell. All right. So once this is done, after this, so over here we are selling this particular call option of ATM of 8 lots. All right. After that, edit over here. Similarly, after 3 minutes, what I want to do is that we basically exit the particular strategy in terms of quantities. All right, so different quantities we will be, so strike fx we will be selecting strike 111 similarly as we have done in the previous strategy. So over here also we select strike, and then after that we go into quantity. So quantity also is divided by 4. So the 8 lots that we have sold, out of that divided by 4 would be say 50 quantity, right? That is 2 lots. So that is what will get squared off over here. And after that in the second repair, similarly we are squaring off after 4 minutes of 111, that is once repair once is triggered. After that we will square off a few more quantities, that is basically 50% of the entry quantity in the first set. And similarly in the third set we will square off one position. All right, after the second repair is triggered, what we will do is we will square off one position, that is just one lot, and remaining one quantity we will exit through universal exit. All right, after the third repair has been triggered, as we can see repair once 131, that is the third repair is triggered. After that, after 3 minutes we will exit the strategy. So let's just see what kind of trades it has taken. So initially it has taken at 10:32, suppose it has taken an entry. This is basically different counters it has taken, right? So that's the reason why over here in this case at 10:15 if I deployed this particular strategy, then in that case it has first of all sold this particular option at 200, that is basically 8 quantities. After that, after 4 minutes it has basically exited 50 quantity over here. All right, so it's basically actually 3 minutes, 32:46, right? So after that, after 3 minutes, that is when I deployed the strategy. So after 3 minutes over here, that is the initial square of condition, at it squared of the 50 quantity. So it bought 50 quantity after selling initially, right? And after that, after 4 minutes, it over here it squared off another 50% out of this. All right, as per the second repair. Then in the third repair we are squaring off another 100, that is after 6 minutes from the second repair. And after 3 minutes from the last, that is the third repair, we are exiting another quantity. So that's how it's sold off 200 initially, and in tranches we squared off the certain portions of the quantity. So that is how you can use this on the sell side. All right, now there is another example that I want to show you, that is multiply with multiplication. So over here let's just go to the condition. So I'll close this and I will open this. So over here also we are doing the same thing. It's basically for sell only, that at 9:16, suppose if you are taking the trade, over here also I've done a mistake, because the thing is I've used the same template while creating this. So that's the reason why I did not update this particularly properly over here. So this should be basically sell because we are selling it over here, right? So over here we have sold off 8 options, and then after that after 3 minutes of the entry time, similar to other conditions, what we have done is we have used strike fx also is there, the traded instrument strike 111, and in the quantity we have used a slightly separate formula. So over here, instead of dividing by 4, what we are doing is that we are simply multiplying it by number 0.25, that is 25% of the quantity. All right, and it should be in brackets. So basically that's the reason why it will take 25% of the quantity in the first repair. All right, in the second repair, after the first repair has been triggered, over here first repair is triggered, and after that repair, after 4 minutes, what we will do is we will basically in quantity fx, over here we will square off 0.5%. that is basically, there is 0.5 is basically 50% in this case, right? So of the quantity, the 50% will be squared off in this case. All right, strike again will be the same as we have already discussed, and then in the third repair we will basically square off one more quantity after 6 minutes. All right, so this is basically again one lot. All right, and one pending lot out of the total 8 will be squared off in this particular condition of after 8 minutes, after basically 3 minutes of the third repair is being triggered. So over here, if we go to the trades that have happened, it has done the exact same thing. But since we used the separate formula, it didn't change a lot of stuff. It's just that the construction of the formula was slightly different. So initially we said that 25%, 0.25% should be squared off after say 3 minutes from here, 145.08. It's rounding off to this particular trade, but just that if it was taken at 145, it would have exited at 148 properly. But since this is 145.08, that's the reason why it waited for 1 minute more. So after that, it exited at 25% quantity at so and so rate. After this, after 4 minutes, after at 1:53 p.m, it squared off another 100 quantity, that is 50% that we put 0.50 for the second repair. In the third repair, we used how much? Just one lot, right? So that's the reason why it squared off one lot. And at after 3 minutes after this, I think it was 1 minute or this thing after this. So that's the reason why it has taken that. 1 minute after repair, once time 131. Okay, 131. Okay, I think there was some issue. Maybe I changed the strategy in between somewhere. That's the reason why it took after 3 minutes. Okay, so yeah, basically, so it's basically 159. So there is a separate video that we have created, right, for time condition, where it's actually, if it's not within the boundaries of 60%, 60 minutes, then in that case it will exit at that very 1 minute. So that's the reason why we have used created another video. Just a while, I'll just show you that exit after X minutes. So this is the minute, this is the time based strategy that we had created. So you can watch this video to build that particular construction. So since this was within just 3 minutes of time, it exited at just at that particular time itself within 1 minute, because it was not crossing beyond 2 minutes, beyond 2 o'clock. That is 60 minutes time frame that we have. All right, so this is basically how we use different quantity conditions. All right, so I hope this video was useful, and you will be able to use this as per your liking in different strategies that you might like to create. All right, okay, thank you, bye.